Alright, 11D, we want to know when is sine squared of theta equal to cosine squared of theta? Well, think about this. What sine value when squared will equal a cosine value when squared? Well, again, let's reference a unit circle. I'm going to draw a unit circle there. You should be jumping immediately to these values right here. Right here. Because if you think about when you square a number, it doesn't matter if that number is positive or negative, you'll get the same thing. And we know that the value of sine and cosine is the same at each of those points, or rather the same or opposites. So think about taking the square root of both sides. If you square root that side and square root that side, you get the plus or minus sine of theta equals the plus or minus cosine of theta. So it doesn't matter if those values are opposites. All of those are going to occur at those increments of pi over 4. So our theta values have to be pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, and 7 pi over 4. And that's it. There's nothing else I can do because those are the only increments on there we can draw that give me those equivalent values. Another way you could think about it, you don't need to, but this might help you, and so I want to show it to you. Imagine if you divided both sides by cosine squared theta. Well, what would happen? Well, we'd end up with the equation sine squared theta over cosine squared theta equals tangent squared theta equals cosine squared theta over cosine squared theta is 1. So it's equivalent to saying, when is the tangent squared equal to 1? Well, tangent is the slope, and again, the slope of that line is 1, and the slope of that line is negative 1. So if you square it, you get positive 1. So we have translated this into maybe easier to understand idea, but the values will all be exactly the same.